Welcome everyone to the October 19th Commissioners Meeting. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, we've approved our minutes from October the 5th. Payroll vouchers and the payroll docket. Entertain a motion to submit as. I make a motion to accept the minutes, vouchers, and the payroll dockets from the October 5th meeting.
I second that.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
And I have to abstain on account of not being here. Okay, Faith, you have the floor, dear.
You did a good job. So I'm going to start with the third quarter report for the Veteran Service Office. We filed 734 claims. We had 221 in-office appointments, 381 walk-in appointments. I attended 13 different veteran meetings. I had 30 home visits. We traveled 513.7 miles. We had 889 incoming phone calls and 700 outgoing phone calls. Of those claims that were filed, 440 of them were for disability claims, 4 pension claims, 67 widow pension claims. We had 26 property tax discount abatements, and other documents filed were burials, license plates, VA healthcare, educational, and records requests were 197. We're still averaging over 200 veterans in our office, but I feel like this month we've seen a bit of a slowdown. And that's all stemming from the PACT Act and the Camp Lejeune Act. So we're still extremely busy, but I think we're finally starting to get caught up a little bit. And like I said, I think it's finally starting to slow down a bit, and so that's good. My assistant is doing amazing. She's accredited with everything. She's got her PIP card, so she can pretty much do everything I'm doing. She's been filing claims for the last few months and is doing a really good job. So she's been a huge help with that. Next Thursday and Friday, we'll be in Noblesville, Indiana for it's called a Battle Mind Summit. It's dealing with mental health, suicide prevention. So we're hoping to get some good contacts and resources for that, that we'll have available in our county. So that'll be a 2-day event that we'll be out of the office next week for. The second thing is supporting Operation Greenlight for veterans. It's a proclamation. Whereas the residents of Jefferson County have great respect, admiration, and the utmost gratitude for all of the men and women who have selflessly served our country and this community in the armed forces. And whereas the contributions and sacrifices of the men and women who served in the armed forces have been vital in maintaining the freedoms and way of life enjoyed by our citizens. And whereas Jefferson County seeks to honor these individuals who have paid the high price for freedom by placing themselves in harm's way for the good of all. And whereas veterans continue to serve our community in the American Legion, Veterans of Foreign Wars, religious groups, civil service, and by functioning as county veteran service officers in 29 states to help fellow former service members access more than $52 billion in federal health, disability, and compensation benefits each year. And whereas approximately 200,000 service members transition to civilian communities annually, and whereas an estimated 20% of increase of service members will transition to civilian life in the near future, and whereas studies indicate that 42 to 70% of service members experience high levels of stress during transition from military to civilian life, and whereas active duty or active military service members transitioning from military service are at a high risk for suicide during their first year after military service. And whereas the National Association of Counties encourages all counties, parishes, and boroughs to recognize Operation Greenlight for veterans. And whereas the Jefferson County appreciates the sacrifices of our United States military personnel and believes specific recognition should be granted, therefore it be resolved with designation as a green light for veterans, Jefferson County hereby declares from October through Veterans Day, November 11th, 2023, a time to salute and honor the service and sacrifice of our men and women in uniform transitioning from active service. Therefore, it be further resolved that in observance of Operation Greenlight, Jefferson County encourages its citizens in patriotic tradition to recognize the importance of honoring all those who made immeasurable sacrifices to preserve freedom by displaying a green light in a window of their place of business or residence. We did this last year, and we have ordered some green light bulbs from Amazon. We're hoping they'll come in next week. So any veterans or family members of veterans, or pretty much anyone, can come in and get a light bulb, a green light bulb, and that we're hoping that they'll be displayed through November 11th, Veterans Day. The other thing I have is we have a lot of Veteran Day events coming up. November 11th, the Veterans Council in the City of Madison have coordinated to put on a Veterans Day event at Hunter's Hall. That will be at 4 p.m. The American Legion is doing a free lunch from 11 to 2. The VFW and Elks Club, respectively, are doing a free breakfast starting between 8 and 8:30, and that'll run till about 11 a.m. And then the other thing I have is our office, and I think we're going to try and do this twice a year. We have designated some of the smaller, poorer schools in our community to help with school supplies for the teachers' classrooms, such as Kleenexes, hand sanitizer, snacks for the kids. Right now, we're doing a drive for the Canaan Charter School. It's a smaller school. There are a lot of parents from poor parts of the community whose kids attend that school that don't always get 3 meals a day. And so all of the teachers have little snack baskets in their classroom. And so we want to help these teachers and our kids. They're our future. And so we're doing this drive. We've got boxes in our office. I do have some flyers. I just forgot to bring one to the meeting tonight, but I'll get those emailed. And so if anybody wants to donate to this drive, we have boxes in our office. And our goal is to have these boxes delivered over to the school in Canaan, November 9th. And that's it.
Thank you for all your hard work. I know the three of us definitely support this.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So I have a former student, Travis Hyam. You know Travis?
Travis who?
Hyam. So he's at the state level in the Veterans Affairs Office.
Okay.
So I will get you in touch with him because some of the efforts and resources at the federal level for suicide prevention for veterans seems to be hitting its stride. More and more seem to be becoming available, and he's had talked to him about some things coming forward. So
Yeah.
just so that you're aware of when they do come forward and available, that we know.
And that's a lot of the reason why we are attending this Battle Mine Summit in Noblesville. IDVA, our district service officer, actually nominated Anita and I to go to this summit, and IDVA paid for a hotel room and the registration fees for the summit. So that was nice. The other thing is the American Legion this year, that their campaign is Be the One. And that is really focused again on suicide prevention. This time of year always gets really tough with the holidays coming up, not just for veterans, but regular civilians as well. And so there is a group of veterans within our own community. They've taken upon themselves, or all combat veterans, to form this group. And they are making themselves available to veterans in crisis, veterans that have suicidal ideations. They will talk with them on the phone, go meet with them personally, and they're keeping in touch with my office. so that I am aware of certain situations. We just had one yesterday. And I contacted the guys, they went out, met with the veteran, talked to him for quite a bit, and we're gonna get him, some VA healthcare, mental health services for him. But that's what it's all about is, taking care of each other and being there for our veterans. Like I said, especially this time of year, it's really tough for them, so. The good news is we're a smaller county, but we're doing big things for our veterans in our county.
I know there's been some discussion or request, maybe we'll put it that way, of an office or something somewhere up here that was mentioned, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
So if you think of a place that would work out well,
Okay.
we are too. So, but just to figure out that if they need to meet somewhere to go, that would.
Then we can always make our office available too. I mean,
Okay.
if it's, during hours, we can find somewhere else, or if it's after hours, I can be there. That works too. So if we don't have any space available, we can always utilize my office. I mean, that's what we're there for, is to help our veterans. So if that's what they need, we can do that. Just let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
And on the school supplies, we did something over at Dow over the summer for some schools over there. So I'll talk to the VetNet group and see about.
Okay.
We we walked 12 miles, like the Ruck March.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that again. My feet were pretty
It's tough.
sore after 12 miles, but we'll do something, I would think. So,
Okay. Yeah, like I said, this is the, the way this all came about with this school drive, because I have a friend, she's a teacher there. She's also a veteran. She casually mentioned, that she needed to go buy some school supplies for a classroom, and I said, well, what supplies do you need? And then we got into that conversation. And so, we're hoping that with this drive, we'll possibly have some of the smaller schools, DuPont deputy, contact us if, they're needing some help. And like I said, we want to try and do this at least twice a year, during the school year, to help the teachers, take some of that burden off the teachers. I know a lot of them use their own money to pay for this stuff, and I just feel like we have enough folks in our community that are willing to help out. And this is just one more way that we can help the teachers as well as the students.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Phillips,
I can tell.
come on down.
Hey, I'll be short and sweet. The first one I'll start with is road closure that we have out on the website. That will be on East Prom between Lee Hill Road and Sweetwater. That'll be about 60 days because it'll take a little while for that concrete to cure, especially with the timing and the weather. Temperature's gonna be cooling off and a little bit less daylight, but we'll get that opened up as soon as we can. My only concern in that area is the resident that lives between that small bridge and the slab. If we do end up with any high water events, that'd be difficult to move around. I'd probably recommend you just park something on the other side of the structure to be able to get away. So maybe Ron's taxi service might help out or something. But anyway, I'm gonna save that one for last. We've been busy getting a lot of mowing done, catching up a lot of that since we got the chip seal projects kind of wrapped up. Servicing a lot of equipment, getting that ready for winter, because unfortunately that will be here before we're ready. Catching up quite a bit of the patching that's been done. There's several signs we've been replacing quite a few posts and things just to get the signage and stuff back up, because they seem to be pretty good little targets for people that want to be collectors. That's probably the best word I can use on it. Waiting on a few items to come in as to, we had a glass get broke in the Great Hall and a few other items that aren't readily available on shelves. So we're kind of using those sparingly and keeping projects going. So now I think the only one that one of the guys really wants to talk about is that Hanover Beach Hill. So he finally found some paving and now he's worried about speeders. So I don't know if Steve's got anything to say or not, but I'm done.
The town of Hanover Road. The town of Hanover Road.
Yeah, the only challenge was he asked if I'd seen it.
Did you send him the
Of course I
video?
was down there doing, I showed him that I had the video. I said, of course I'm down there inspecting what needs to be done. So it took me a little while to find somebody that had a set of plans so I could make sure we was getting what we were supposed to get, but it turned out pretty good. one of the contractors wants to come down and see if we can drip the curves. I told him, come ride with me this month. I don't think he'll show up. I figured I'd give him the invitation. So, that's all I have, unless you guys have something for me. Very good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Matt's sitting back there, isn't he? Brian already.
Right, well, the EMPG grant is almost completed. I just need to, I think, get with Heather for a few things. And then I'll be ready to get that thing submitted and turned in. I'm gonna attend a grant meeting in Indianapolis, there, the Emergency Management Convention, or I think it's convention, so I say that, sure. Conference, I guess that's the better word to say. I was thinking of, anyway, they have a meeting there, so I'm going up next week, for that. The Healthcare Coalition is reimbursing us for the conference, so that's good news for us. The UTV that we have at Rikers Ridge Firehouse, after talking with Shane Stein, he said there's a bearing going out in the rear end, and maybe he thought, and he gave me a guy's number to give him a call and talk to him about getting it fixed. So I let the guy message and we just haven't picked the date and all that stuff to do some things with yet. Received a $30,000 grant from the Community Foundation, so we're thrilled about that, and $2,800 from Duke Energy was great as well. HVAC service is complete. China was here. They found a small issue. They're gonna come back in a couple weeks and get that fixed. That's squared away. And then so we worked through just a few issues on Friday and Saturday. But all systems are back to normal those Saturday afternoons, so we're in pretty good shape.
Big picture.
Anything for me?
Thanks, Matt.
Space looking thing sitting out there.
Yeah, the mortar over it.
But I thought I'd give you guys one of these flyers. It's for the medication and syringe drop off that we're gonna have October 28th. Didn't get it. It's just, we've been doing them, we kind of put a stop to it, I guess, during COVID, but before me, so we started them back up in the spring. We're gonna do them biannually, so we're doing it with the health department now, and the health department, we take syringes anytime that we're open, so we get that question a lot. So if someone has syringes, I need to bring them in either a Sharps container or like a Tide bottle or something sealed, taped, that we can take them. And medications, they can take them to the sheriff's department or the Madison Police Department. But on this day, we will take all of it and we'll have representation from law enforcement to take any medications that we receive away. It's open to the community, no questions asked. It's a great opportunity to empty out your medicine cabinets for expired medications so that they don't fall in the wrong hands. And just to declutter, so,
Just to declutter.
I mean, you have things.
I know.
Stack up. Where do you know it?
Can I get one of those flyers?
Absolutely.
I can hang one up at the shelter, but I know the police department will be coming to us with all the medications after that, you know.
Incinerate it. Yeah.
This will help me prepare for when.
Get ready for it.
it.
All right, so do you have anything?
That was great. Thank you. Tricia, you got anything?
Oh, just a few updates to tell you. We got, Crawley's in and they up the pipe for the gas line. That's in, it's working great. We have heat. And then, Metronet has been going down a lot. I guess the semi took out the Metronet line that comes to the shelter. And so we've had a bunch of down days. But they're getting ready to come and I guess dig up some of that yard. Because they have to lay a new line all the way to our building so that we can get better internet there, or back to normal internet. Right now, we're like on an emergency thing or something. They've got it all flagged up.
Is that coming from the west?
Um,
The other side between you and Ivy Tech? And-
yeah, we were about 3 poles up on Ivy Tech. That's where our main box was. And about 4 weeks ago, that blew. just the whole thing, they said it melted, and it melted 4 converters or whatever up there. And so then they had to run our line all the way to the one at Walmart. And then about 2 weeks ago, an 18-wheeler come up,
Took care of that one.
and took out that whole line, and so they come and kind of rigged it for us so that we have internet, but they're gonna get us back into it, having a better hub or whatever that is called,
Okay.
that's up there. Adoptions, we're doing good, pretty good. I mean, we started out the week with 8 dog cages open and like 10 cat cages open, but we're back to full again, so it's just like come and go. Back and forth on that. The spay neuter clinic, just if anybody's listening to this, spay neuter clinic is on Monday. We had 138 people or cats sign up for the spay neuter clinic. So we're hoping they all come. And next year we will see the benefits of having 138 cats spayed or neutered. So, and then the next one on that will be December 3rd.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, cats only right now. But yeah, so thank the fair board for us, that they offered up that building.
Community building. Yeah, that's good. Good avenue for that.
We hope it goes well. So we're kind of like, jittery that it all goes smoother than like when we were downtown and blocking off half the road while they
Mhm.
drop their animals off. Well, and then we also at some point will need to get with the prosecutors and kind of go over a better way to handle animals that are brought in that are confiscated for court cases. They asked, if we could all get together at some point. And just to go over like who's responsible for the dog or cat. Who just a whole general idea of how to do that better, because the one dog came in June. We just released her. That was a long time to be holding a dog that didn't belong to us.
Right. Don't want to go through that again.
So we need to figure out a way to do that quicker, hopefully.
Okay.
And other than that, it's
We'll,
everything.
we'll get with Pat and set something up then. So
Yeah, David Stutter was the one who brought it, asked me if we could all get together, so.
sure. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. You have anything, sir?
So we do have an income report due to the Office of Community and Rural Affairs for the revolving loan fund. It's due at the end of this month. I've got everything ready. At the beginning of the reporting period, our balance in the account was $5,752.66. Our receipts during this period was $7,385.46. So that leaves us a balance at the end of September of $13,138.12. There's another part of the report that I'll be sending in that just itemizes those numbers. I can send you a copy of that if you want, but I do need a signature on this one,
Okay.
just for you guys. That and stormwater. That and stormwater.
Yes, there you go.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, I guess Ben's not out there. You like the public have anything?
What, you looking at me?
These guys over here are consultants, so they're really not the public, so these guys over here.
I'm just glad to see you again.
Well, will you guys be at the fairgrounds for the Halloween drive-through? We have a booth there handing out candy to the kids.
Yes. Yeah. We will, he's working.
Yeah. We'll probably run out of candy again
Yeah.
like we did last year.
Okay.
It's fun. It's a good
It
day.
is, it's good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How about the animal shelter? Will they make it this year?
No, we can't commit this year. I got a lot of people, new people, just getting the staff to get out there.
You heard a new gentleman, didn't you?
Yes.
I thought I saw him down in the courthouse filling out.
Yeah. Just getting them, it's too soon to send him out as a volunteer, but I guess it's trial by fire, I guess.
Yeah, get his feet wet quick, right? Okay.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
You
Okay.
have something.
Yeah, I have
All
something.
right.
Okay, I just want to remind everyone that fall tax payments are due November 13th. You can make those payments at the courthouse, online, or at German American branches, or at Farmers Bank of Belton on the Hilltop. And then on 10/30, the 2024 trash card sales will begin. So you can start getting your 2024 trash card. And the auditor's office will be visiting the trash collection sites to sell the cards November 16th through November 10th. Or 6th through the 10th, sorry. I said that backwards.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, man,
I
that-
was like, what?
Yeah.
6th through the 10th.
we really don't want to sell them at the trash.
So
Yeah, it was-
I guess you're gonna go like Chelsea deputy.
Yeah,
just
we're,
the way they
it's
pick up,
that
right?
entire week, my staff is, I chose a week that we had no extra meetings, but we have holidays that week, so they're coming in on their days off so that we
Do
can
you
sell.
need some help on that Thursday? I have a volunteer.
We have a former council member that is coming to assist on that Thursday and Friday, but I'm sure if you have a volunteer that'd like to come,
I mean,
We
she's
accept-
already asked me about it. so-
we accept all volunteers.
Okay, I'll tell her to be ready then. Okay.
That's it for me.
Mr. Lee,
I don't have anything.
Mr. Bramer.
And what Brian said about the stormwater master plan, they have, or management master plan, they finally got the costs together, so that should be finalized here shortly. And get that out, and still working on the ordinance. We've had had a meeting with people in the county and then people with Hanover and city of Madison on their stormwater stuff, trying to make it all consistent between the three.
Cool, okay. This is National Friends of the Library Week, October 15th to the 21st. Just want to throw a little credit out there to our library. We have a good one for the size town we have and everything. They do an exceptional job. And the other thing I had the pleasure of riding with Logan Gray on a county officer last Saturday. And I had a definite respect for law enforcement, but I got a different respect for them now. It was a quite exciting night, to say the least. I mean, the guy's integrity is something else, but what got me was the cohesion between Hanover, Madison, and the county working together. I mean, they call, help each other, and I think you went too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And
No, the Charger, at 55 is a little clunky. At 90, it's pretty smooth.
well, we made it from the jail to Crow Street in Hanover in 5 minutes, raining and dark, Hanover Hill. That was worse than the old Comet down at Fountain Ferry Park.
And the dog hangs on very well in the back seat. He
Yeah.
doesn't really have much. I mean, it's all plastic back there.
He's
So
not
got nowhere
vocal
to.
until the blue lights come on. And then look at him.
Or Logan leaves the car. I noticed
Yes.
he doesn't like it when Logan
Yeah.
leaves. So
But anyway, next time you see any of our officers, give them a pat on the shoulder or buy them a cup of coffee and tell them thank you for what they do, so. And that's about all I've got.
move we adjourn.
I second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Thanks, everybody.